Welcome back to the channel Help Me Out. Today my video lecture topic is mineral nutrition. Means the nutrition comes from the minerals. All the living beings on the earth require food to survive because food provides energy for their metabolic activities as well as physical activities. As we consume food for energy, so similarly plants also require food for their metabolic activities as well as physiological function. And the plant food is our nutrients. Okay, and nutrients are the inorganic ions. Ions means any atoms having positive or negative charge by losing or gaining the electrons. Okay, for example, calcium 2 plus, manganese 2 plus. Okay, these are the examples of some inorganic ions. Okay, and as we know that the plants uptake nutrients only in the inorganic form of nutrients, and the sources of these nutrients are the soil, organic mud residue, animal waste, and these sources release nutrients into the soil by the mineralization process, and then the plant roots absorb the nutrients from the soil. Okay, and then now come to the topics. Mineral nutrition. Minerals are the nutrients which obtained by the rocks and soil. Okay, soil also formed by the weathering of rocks. And the nutrition is a process of absorption, translocation, assimilation of nutrients. Okay, means normally nutrients present in the soil. So how the plant roots absorb these nutrients and then translocate from root system to the shoot system, and finally how they assimilate into the grains. Okay, means the nutrients incorporate into the carbon constituents like carbohydrate, protein, or maybe in an energy form. Okay, so I hope you understand this. After this, the relevance of the topic. After study about the nutrients, we can know the function of the nutrients and the role of nutrients in the plant system, so that we can easily identify the deficiency symptom of the nutrients, so that we can follow the corrective measure. The second is to know the nutrient requirement of plants. By the analysis of the plant system, we can know the actual requirement of the plants. The third is to maintain the soil fertility. By applying the adequate amount of fertilizer dose, we can maintain the soil fertility, because here we are applying the adequate amount of fertilizer as per the need of the plants. Okay, so this is the relevance of the mineral nutrition. And after this, the criteria of essentiality. There are various nutrients are present into the soil, and among them 17 nutrients are essential for the plant's growth. So how we can determine the essentiality of nutrients, means which nutrient is essential for the plant or which is not essential for the plant. So to determine the essentiality of nutrients, there is a criteria which was given by the Arnon and Stout in 1939. Okay, and those nutrients which can fulfill all three criteria of essentiality, we consider them as essential nutrient. Okay, so the first criteria say plant cannot complete its life cycle in the absence of a nutrient. Okay, means in the absence of that particular nutrient, plant will not complete its life cycle. Life cycle here indicates that the entire phases from the seed germination up to the seed formation. Okay, for example, if a plant is lacking in a boron, okay, boron is deficient in a plant, so the plant will not complete its life cycle. Okay, because boron play a very important role in the pollen formation. So in this case, seed can germinate, okay, leaf emergence can take place, and even vegetative growth can take place, but the plant will not produce a seed. Okay, so I hope you understand the first criteria of essentiality. So the second criteria is one plant nutrients cannot be replaced by the other nutrient. Means as all the nutrients have a significant role in the plant system, and one nutrients cannot replace all the function of the other nutrients, but there are certain nutrients which can substituted by the other nutrients. For example, potassium may be a substitute of a sodium ion. Okay, but still we are considering potassium as an essential nutrient. Why? Because potassium only replace some function of the sodium, not all the function. Okay, if potassium replaced all the function of sodium, so we will not consider potassium as essential nutrient. Okay, so I hope you understand the second criteria also. The third criteria is nutrient must be directly involved in the plant metabolism. The essential nutrient, it should be directly involved in the plant metabolic activities as photosynthesis, but not indirectly. Okay, so those nutrients which fulfill all three criteria, so we will consider them as essential nutrient. After this, the classification of essential nutrient, as I told you earlier that there are 17 essential nutrients, and out of them I mentioned all 17 nutrients over here. First three nutrients are considered as a basic nutrient. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These three are the basic nutrients. The most important thing that these three are not considered as a mineral nutrient, because the source of these nutrients is air and water. Okay, they do not obtain from the soils, so we generally call them elements or the nutrients, not the minerals nutrient. Okay, the next six, that is NPK, calcium, magnesium and sulfur. Okay, these six are the macro or the major nutrient. Okay, the six are the major or macronutrients. Okay, they are required in a large quantity by the plants, because these nutrients are involved in the formation of the basic structure like protein, carbohydrate or lipids. Okay, and in the plant cells there is more number of the protein, carbohydrates, so to fulfill those requirements, plant require more amount of these nutrients. Okay, macronutrients. Then the remaining 8 are the micronutrient, micro or trace nutrient. Okay, these are required in a less quantity, and they do not involve in the formation of basic structure. They only involve in the electron transformation and the activation of some enzymes. Okay, so because of this they require in a small quantity, and the macronutrients are required in a large quantity. Okay, so this classification was based on the requirements of the plants. Okay, further the macronutrients again divide into the two category, that is primary nutrients or the secondary nutrients. The first three, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium are the primary nutrients, and calcium, magnesium, sulfur are the secondary nutrients. Okay, why we call them primary or secondary? Because the uptake of these nutrients is very high, and these nutrients may be deficient into the soil. So before to plant a crop, first we ensure the availability of the primary nutrients. Okay, and secondary nutrients is our second priority. Okay, means we can say this classification is based on the preference of the application. Okay, this is our primary, this is our first priority, and this is our second priority. Okay, or we can say because the secondary nutrients are already present in almost all kind of soil, so we do not apply the specific fertilizer for the correction of this secondary nutrients. Okay, and also when we apply fertilizer for the correction of primary nutrients, so those fertilizer also contain some amount of secondary nutrients. For example, SSP, single super phosphate, it is a phosphorus fertilizer which contain the 16% phosphorus and 12% sulfur. So by the application of fertilizer for the primary nutrients, the secondary nutrients also applied. Okay, that's why we call them secondary nutrients, and these are the primary nutrients. I hope you understand this classification. After the essential nutrients, there are some another group of the nutrients like beneficial nutrient, these are the nutrients which stimulate the growth of the plants under some specific condition, but not all the plants. Only some certain plants. Okay. For example, aluminum, silicon, cobalt, all. Okay. These are the beneficial nutrients. And one more thing. All these beneficial nutrients are not essential nutrients. Okay, we can say the essential nutrients are beneficial nutrients, but the beneficial nutrients are not essential nutrients, because they are beneficial for some kind of plants. Okay, for not all the plants. The second group is a functional nutrient. Functional nutrients are those nutrients which play a role directly or indirectly in the plant metabolism, whether their action is specific or not. Okay, see here also the all essential nutrients are functional nutrients, but the functional nutrients are not essential nutrients. Why? Because the functional nutrients fulfill only the third criteria of essentiality, while the essential nutrients fulfill all three criteria of essentialities. Okay, here the example of functional nutrients is sodium. Okay, the third group is a quasi essential nutrient. Under some specific condition, these nutrients stimulate the plant growth. For example, silicon in a rice plant. Okay, and silicon is very important for the rice, but not for the other plants. Okay, so this type of nutrients are called quasi essential nutrients. Okay, so I hope you understand the classification of nutrients, essential nutrients, and for the function of nutrients I'll make another video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, so press the like button and subscribe the channel, and if you have any query, then you can comment in a comment section. Thank you.